So, what do you guys think for Ruby on Rails as a one-person framework? I mean, I've used it as a one-person for many years, and I like it.
I think I know what they're referring to, and that's kind of DHH's whole like championing this idea of like Ruby on Rails being like the solo entrepreneur bootstrappers tool framework of choice. They want Rails to be very friendly out of the box, able for like one person to build a Shopify or to build a GitHub.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess for that reason, like, what do I think about it? I think it's true that you can do that, right? The Rails has conventions that do create an opportunity for you as one person to succeed and thrive and build a company by yourself on Rails, right? But that's not the Rails isn't the only component you need, but I feel like it does empower you to be able to do that and to be able to run like a company at scale with only 2 people, which is what I've done before. So I feel like it's true. I agree with it. The concept or like the buzzword one person framework, I think you should go back to the drawing board. But the concept of it, I agree with, is that you can thrive with a small development team because of some of the conventions that Rails provides.
Right. It's really easy. I mean, there's .NET frameworks that you can be a one-person development team, but the difference is that the thing that I really like and appreciate about Rails is getting a new project started is really easy. Getting all your setup and your infrastructure put together is a nice, easy thing because of the convention over configuration stuff. Whereas doing that with Java or .NET, you have to spend some time just getting the groundwork laid. So from that regard, it's a lot nicer to get things going faster.
Yeah, Node, I think, comes to mind as well. Of like, I do know people who are running like solo companies with Node, right? It's totally doable, but like whenever I go to like some sort of React app or whatever, and like you have to like torture me to get me to into one, but like if I'm in there, I see lots of configuration. You've got Prettier and Jest and TypeScript and ESLint and CommitLint and Husky and this and that and this and that and this and that. And it feels like setting up the project takes like several days. I mean, just adding your freaking linters, like it's incredible to me. There's so much configuration that it feels like, and maintaining it is, I feel like, that's where it becomes a burden, right? It's not necessarily that creating it is so hard, but like keeping it maintained with all these different dependencies, and you got, your dependency folder is the thousands of files big, and you have no idea what's in there, and there could be Bitcoin miners, and like you have no idea, right? So there's just like, I don't know. I like that, Rails provides a way for you to do it like with just the built-in tools.
Right.
You don't have to pull in everything for everything.
Well, and to kind of give some context to that, at my job, the last 10 years I was working as a professional developer before this job, I was actually working in both .NET and Rails. There were projects on both sides. And I actually had to have a team of .NET developers for one project, for one app. I was the only Rails developer on 3 different apps. And I spent much less time in Rails than I did in the .NET stuff, and the Rails did way more, the Rails apps. So yeah, it's definitely a nicer environment from my point of view. Having worked with several other, Java and .NET and old dinosaur bones scratching in the dirt stuff. So.
If you like this clip and want to watch another one, you can click right here, or if you want to watch the full video, you can click here.